Hey, look at that. We're actually streaming. Fully prepared to see everything fall into the depths of nothing. Practically speaking, yes. I have this slight feeling that no one can actually hear you. And that's not a good thing. Oh, that's probably because I had the desktop audio muted. Okay. All right. Hello, welcome to the show that I probably should have titled before I started streaming, but I was totally just 100% thought that this would just go down the drain as soon as I press record, saying something about sorry, cannot connect to servers. Please have a nice day. But it didn't, and now I look like an asshole, essentially.
But you're our asshole.
I guess. I guess. Hello and welcome to what I'm calling Hunters of Ulvurn. Ulvurn is a world that I've created myself that I've been kind of working on for the past
It's been a while. 5 years?
5-6 years, roughly.
Yep.
That's probably not entirely accurate, but you know. And it's not like I've been diligently working every day. It's just I've been kind of going here and there, adding this and that as I go along. And I've done a couple of play-by-post campaigns of it. They're short-lived due to me just running out of time to do it. But it was fun. Quite a few people were actually interested in the world, which was good to hear. Right now we're just going to be focused on the main continent of the world, which is Oldheim. And we'll be going to eventually, because from what I heard, I gave them a series of jobs to choose through, and it sounded like they're picking one that's next to the Wolf Rock Empire. But
highest body count specifically.
Yeah. But we'll actually be beginning at Baldur Kingdom as we slowly get started here. The premise of this campaign is essentially going to be a sort of Witcher style monster hunting event. We'll be using 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, but with a gestalt rules variant, meaning both the players, being Smooth Mage and Cotton, have picked 2 classes that they wanted to use. We'll be using the rules variant. I think it's on D&D Wiki is what it is. You can essentially do 5e gestalt and you can find it from there.
Yep. So the monsters are a little bit tougher, but we're a little bit more resources.
Yes.
As I look through it, because it's 5e, usually a Gestalt's character is supposed to be 2 CRs above their normal, but I guess for 5e only 1 because they actually kept tabs on their action economy.
Yes, it's they may have like the abilities of both classes, but they're still limited to the action economy of the game, being action, bonus action, reaction.
Yep. But you could do more fights in the day, as I saw it in my head canon. If I was like trying to balance it.
Yes, because you if say you had 2 classes that are both casters, you would have 2 different spell slots pools and 2 different spell pools for each caster.
AKA Cotton.
Yes. You're well, not now, but eventually you'll actually be one.
Yeah, I have pseudo casting, but because of how powerful, well, I guess we should tell us where our classes are first.
Yes, Dom, you go ahead and do for that first.
I am taking Ranger Paladin because I was looking at my options. I thought about doing the new Artificer class, and I'm like, that class seems a little too janky to do a Gestalt with because it has a lot of abilities. And I was like, I like Paladin. That seems about right for this setting. Ranger seems about right for this setting because there's either going to be Ranger or Blood Hunter. And I was like, you know what? I'll go with the pseudocasters that can kind of heal themselves, but not completely take up the role. Plus, one's expert at range, being a ranger, and one's expert at melee, being a paladin. Even though I'll be wearing light armor, but need two, I can wear full plate.
Want to give us a race or anything?
Oh, I am a half elf. The elf half would be wood elf,
A
particularly.
little bit of a. I don't know why I want to say this in a way because it kind of feels bad saying it this way. You got a little bit of brown elf in you.
Yeah. Well, depending on the lore, I'm guessing they're because we're from the Winterlands. I'm not sure if what else would be that far up unless you have the traditional like deep winter forest with those giant like trees.
It would be very rare. Uh, you're specifically from Frostborn. Han's character is from somewhere else.
Yep, winter's coming, and we have condos nice enough to give us the advantage of we have advantage on cold saves, or is it resistant to cold? I'm not sure. Which one of the two?
I don't remember how I put it. I remember sending it to you, and I don't remember at the moment.
Oh, we could just scroll up. It's basically we're from this area. Okay. No, we get advantage against exposure to cold conditions. Would make sense
Yes,
because we're from this cold area.
I'm pretty sure I didn't give you straight resistance, but it was essentially you're used
Like
to
I,
colder areas.
yeah, my character is gonna take ranger hunt. Well, yeah, ranger wise, I'm gonna be a gloomstalker. Paladin wise, I'm leaning towards vengeance paladin. It just seems about right for this setting because if you're too good in these kind of settings, you end up getting murdered terribly.
I guess. Uh, Depends on where you go. I have no idea how long ago that was either. We'll find out. Hi, welcome back. Hey, at some point my OBS just straight crashed, which I believe just froze everything and ended the stream. So I had to restart real quick. We were just talking about how they're at least Dom is from the Frostborn, which allows him to have advantage for resisting cold conditions. He is a half elf.
Wood
Uh,
elf.
Half elf with a little bit of the brown elf, which is the wood elf in him.
Got green eyes because apparently that's a thing for wood elves. A little bit of I guess I wouldn't have the tribal marks. I'm not sure if that's hereditary or that's just something that wood elves just put on themselves.
I feel like it's something they put on themselves, not really Goliaths that have him.
Depending on the lore, I guess. It's not like I'm a wild elf.
I'm just sighing. I'm pretty sure it's probably because of the cat that popped up behind her.
No, it's because he sent me a picture with tribal marks, so I've been drawing them.
Oh, then I have tribal marks on.
You
No,
got
you don't. I'm gonna delete them.
No, don't take them away. I apologize for my sins. Hey, there's a cat.
Yeah, that cat has a knack of just popping up when we're doing something. Because it just knows immediately to start bugging.
It's like I was
I've
my
been sitting in this chair for an hour. This is the first time she came over here.
because you know that you are paying attention to stuff. So how's the weather over there? Because I see Cotton with something furry on her lap, and you have like the jacket.
It's more of a sweatshirt. It's been cold recently.
It's kind of nice.
Our weather's been weird. Like we've been hot and cold, and some days it was cold day with high humidity, which is like the weirdest thing. You know what I mean?
Today was kind of warmer than it was a couple weeks ago, so it's kind of nice, but it's still like not super warm. I don't know what the temperature is.
These things happen.
So, Dom, if you could explain your class again, what classes you're taking?
Oh, I'm taking Paladin Ranger. Ranger because of range, Paladin because of melee. I wanted to be kind of a switch hitter, basically. Start off with shooting arrows at the enemy, and when they come in, gauge a gutch, give them some sweet divine smite if needed. Hopefully, they know how to behave themselves in a public place, so I don't have to smite them as hard because justice and all that good stuff.
Right. What was I going to say? I was going to say, I was like, I'll explain the gestalt rules again real fast because I don't know if the recording or it actually froze before I said it. Essentially, gestalt is where you pick two classes and you take some of the stuff that's the better of the class, like the hit die you have. I don't remember if you take both saving throws at the moment in my head.
Oh, you take both.
It is both? Okay.
Both, which I was like, oh, that's neat.
But essentially you get I believe proficiencies of both, the hit points of both, the hit die, the better hit die of the two, and essentially you get both the features whenever they get them. The only major thing is for the ability score improvements is that you only get 1 point for both go into a stat, and you need 2 bumps in order to actually get a feat, from what I read and what I understand.
The way I understand it is because both classes have feats are built into their classes. It's basically when you hit level 4, you gain a feat instead of 2 feats. The way I understood it, because I had to really think about. It. I was like, why would it say that you have to give up both feats at that level if you get a bump at level 4 to 8? And it was like, oh, technically feats are in the class, but if you multi-class, you don't get a feat if you take 3 and 2 of a class. You know what I mean?
See, I thought that was see how I read it was that you only get 1 point to put 1 point each to put into ability score, and you
remember,
needed
you get all the class features, so that includes technically feats, since feats are part of your class feature. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking about, I was like, why would it say that specific way? You know what I mean?
I don't
And
know.
it took, and then it was like, wait a minute, technically, since feats are part of class features, and you gain the features of both classes, if you didn't do it that way, as soon as you hit level 4 as a script, you get 2 feats and or 2 stats boosts. Get what I'm
I think it
saying?
was stat if it did give it both, it'd be 2 stat boosts of 1, which would still be 2.
It'll be like, you could add 2 to something else. Say like if you multi-class, you know what I mean?
No, it's no, it drops it down to 1 point at minimum.
Yeah, now that the way that it's set up, like if you don't multi-class and you hit level 4, you get to just choose the normal stat and feat as per call versus.
I don't know. We have some time before we have to worry about that because we're only starting at level 1. So.
True. Like I had the double take on it. It was like, okay, that's fair because you get more stuff. It's like, wait a minute, why would they word it that way? That was just my humble
It
opinion.
is also on the D&D wiki, which has some weird wording for stuff as well occasionally.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely something we'll have to look into when it gets closer to that time to worry about.
We have like 5 weeks because average XP per thing is usually, the idea is you level up per section until level 5.
I can kind of see that. It may not work out that way, but
It may not work out that way because I played in one of those. I play in what was it? The King's Thunder campaign. It was like we basically the first 5 sections we leveled up only playing 2 hours because we kept hitting the what was it? Instead of doing XP, we did the milestone thing, and pretty much it was like milestone, milestone, milestone,
right.
and that's what it kind of came down to. And I'm guessing the XP will work that way too, in theory. except for the what was it? The horde one, the dragon horde, since that was technically made before the official system was made on the pre stuff. So the characters are a little bit more powerful in that sense.
Right. We'll have to see. Like I said, like we said, essentially is that we have some time to worry about that. Since Cotton seems to be busy, I'm gonna actually bounce it over to her. Tell us a little bit about her character.
Hi, I'm Cotton. I'm playing Serafina Delarus. I'm playing a bard and a cleric. I was busy because I'm trying to find the character sheet. I don't know what else you want me to tell you about her.
She's a bard.
She has a chipmunk.
Ooh, you actually get to pick your class at level 1 for your cleric. What kind of cleric are you?
Life, I think.
She's a life cleric, guys.
That's why we went to that same temple.
Oh yeah, that means you get full plate, just like I do.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to choose bard classes to level 3.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about that one yet.
Yeah.
She's very yellow.
She's a yellow girl.
She's got like blonde hair. She wears a lot of gold. She's got dark skin. I think her eyes were yellow too.
Funny enough, I was a yellow baby because I had
You were yellow baby.
Yeah, I had liver problems, so my skin was yellow. That and I didn't want to get bored. I was late.
The important part is she has a chipmunk named Nugget.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So
that's all from me.
And I believe Cotton's still working on Dom's character's art. She has her done. I have it somewhere. I just have to figure out where to put it. Show everybody.
I'm not in a super hurry.
And I'm not in super hurry now. I don't know if we're going to get in combat tonight or not. Yeah, where we go, see how far we get.
You know, today's a perfectly good day to throw our life away.
Make Dom wait for combat.
Why you gotta be that way, Pondo? I had a game earlier. You know what happened when we first got into combat? Make a fortitude save. You're asleep for 3 hours. Congratulations, kid.
I love those games. You sit there and do nothing.
You know what I did? I just went and played World of Warcraft. It was like, because there's always something for me to do there. I started fishing and I started doing some skinning and doing some job stuff. Right now, I'm just training my wolf or stocky cat creature. Because the way pets work, you have to actually grab different pets with different abilities.
Everything you say about World of Warcraft sounds foreign to me because I did not play that at all.
You know how you train a dog? You gotta first learn that trick from another dog and then train it to your dog.
Yeah, I play Nintendogs.
Dom, I sent you a picture of Nugget.
Oh my god. See, guys? The squirrel, you see the pecking order? The squirrel is above pecking order of me.
Chipmunk.
Because the squirrel got drawn before my character was. That's how awesome the squirrel is.
The chipmunk got drawn before I knew what your character description was.
See? This is how amazing this chipmunk would be. It has an ascot. I'm going to name it Fred.
His name is Nugget.
Sure not Fred?
His name is Nugget.
Okay, I guess the name is Nugget.
I don't know what your character calls him, but his name is Nugget.
Oh, wait a minute. I keep trying to go into Discord. I'll go back to like what's the name of it? The thing that allows you to look into the like chat thing, and I was like, wait a minute, we're in Zoom right now. Never mind. But oh yeah, my character does have a name, Alexandra D. Belmont. I took 4 different vampire hunters and splashed their name together for different genres too.
I picked a name that sounded fancy.
I believe you chose specifically to be French.
Actually, I think 3 of them comes from 3 animes, different animes. Never mind. One
There
of
were
them comes.
options. French just sounded the fanciest.
Okay, we see D, Vampire Hunter D, Alexandra. Oh, Van Helsing is actually a
I
no,
just
actually 2 animes.
for
And with
for the
Put my
people.
nugget in the corner.
I mean, it's kind of on the. I'm showing people Nugget for the people at home that she sends a picture of.
Yeah, it's Nugget.
I'm also going to put Nugget away for now. 'Cause he's in the middle of everything.
No! Just put him over there by my face. Okay, you took him off.
yeah,
Oh,
put
you
Nugget
meant
back
that
in the
Frostborn.
Yeah, that Frostborn.
Sure, I'll put her.
Sorry, Nugget has to go back in the box.
Don't put Nugget in a box. Put him in the corner.
Watch out. Nugget
There.
gets squirrely when you put him in a box. A bump bump. Shh. Get it, guys? Yeah. I'm the worst.
Oh, I forget what I was going to do now. I somehow distracted myself completely by trying to figure out how to put Nugget onto the overlay. And yeah. So I guess oh yeah, I was going to say that now since she put a French name, I got to figure out how to play a French guy while I'm sick. Yeah.
I am French.
Yeah, I got to try to figure out how to be French except not too stereotypical French.
Maybe they're French Canadian.
So they're apologizing all the time?
You beat me to it.
Except for
You can
Tice.
do like Louisiana Bayou French too.
We guarantee.
Listen here, Serafina, out here in the bayou. We gonna get some crocodiles. Oh no, some gators.
Gators. We're the best mon ami. I love Gambit. He's not the great X-Men, but he's definitely a fun X-Men.
Yes, yeah, that's very true. His power is bullshit.
Oh yeah, like this alternate universe when they actually give him the potential of his powers and he's like fighting the Phoenix Force and stupid shit like that. Which it makes sense, you know what I mean? Like if you train enough, well, technically he holds himself back like most high level characters like that. If you train enough,
When you have the ability to make things explode
so
by touching them, you kind of have to make it fun for yourself.
yeah, because I think he fought Captain America and Captain America still whooped that butt. I think Captain America's greatest skill is just knowing how to take a hit. That's he has like evasion plus dodge plus a king dodge plus extra super dodge. That's because you know if you took a hit from any of the things he fought, he should be instant dead.
He has plot armor essentially.
He also has lots of drugs in his body.
Yeah, drugs.
Yes, kids, remember, do drugs. Be like Chris Evans, Captain America.
No, that's not the lesson here.
Hey, that's American booty. That's America's butt, sir. I love that scene way too much.
It's like that is America's ass.
That's it, American ass. He is. Avengers was fun.
The Endgame was a good movie.
Yeah.
I have no interest in seeing any more movies after it.
I still need to see Spider-Man at Homecoming. Y'all got Disney Plus?
Yes. Do you mean Far From Home?
Yeah, it haven't come to Disney Plus. I'm waiting for it.
I don't really have much of interest in seeing it.
Like, it's one of those things that I was like, but if it's on Disney Plus, I'll watch it. Get what I'm saying?
Disney Plus has become Netflix now, essentially.
I still got Netflix because I know Umbrella Academy is coming out, and of course, Witcher, season 2. I'm looking for that. Like, I don't like, give Game of Thrones as much flack as other people, but it's nice you can see dragons in less than 4 episodes in and not 4 seasons in. Like the CG doesn't have to be perfect on it. It just look okay, which it did. Spoiler alert! Sorry, guys.
All right, so we should probably start off now, or else we're going to spend
Just
the
talking.
next just to spend a whole hour talking, which has been done a while because we actually haven't all three of us met in quite
In
some
a while
time. Yeah,
because I'm dealing with stupid family shit.
yeah.
I love my nieces, my immediate family, but the other family is like, why you gotta be tripping?
Yeah. Dom, I'll start with you because I believe the story is. I believe what we agreed on is it's kind of split at first, but we meet up by
A
certain
job.
circumstance.
Yeah, basically, me and Con characters are frenemies.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm not sure how our character feels about me leaving the church, but I had to go set out my own destiny and blaze my own trails.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be other than the church.
Well, I mean, what you explained to me about your character at first was your character was too cool for school.
Too cool. Too
Uh,
cool.
yeah. So essentially, you're both from the church is originally from Baldur Kingdom. Or no, the
Yep.
church is originally from Frostborn, which moved to the Baldur Kingdom. Uh, once there, at around the age of, I cannot remember your guys' ages at this moment.
I remember Con character being 13 and I being 12, the way I understood it.
That's when you moved to the Baldur Kingdom.
You said you were gonna fix that because I was supposedly growing up in the other place.
Like when we grew up, it was like 5, 6.
Cotton also told me that she may change the character age due to how she draws it. I don't know if she's changed the age or not.
Well,
She looks kind of young.
remember, adventuring ages are kind of wonky in this world because, back in the day, people started their life super young. Nowadays, different,
I mean, they still start young. They're just cannon fodder, essentially.
basically. Like if you survive the cannon fodder, that's when you know that you got a good batch right there.
Yeah.
Sad but true.
She's probably 19 or 20.
I believe
So I'm
Dom's
probably,
was about 19 or 18.
yeah, it's fine. Uh, basically, I heard my 4 bounties that are option. I chose this one because it had most casualties, so it had the most urgency to take care of. And also, I sent a letter to the other 3 jobs if the situation isn't taken care of. They are on my list of things to do. Not to sound ego, but the other ones had higher priority. But I was trying to be as formal and nice as possible. You know what I mean?
I
And I
think
hope someone else take care of the situation before I could. You know what I mean?
yeah. So essentially, you go up to, say, the priest's office, which is Seraphina's father, whose name I cannot find anymore because my notes got lost somehow. It was something French. He's there with his scrolls praying for the essentially the daily sermon for the Church of Eurofing, because they moved to the Baldur Kingdom and to try to spread the word of Eurofing, because Baldur Kingdom is very much a warlike kingdom. A lot of their past has been based off of conquest and taking over. Whereas 45 years ago, that's wrong.
Everything you said was wrong.
Everything I said was wrong. 35 years ago, I was off by 10 years. 35 years ago, they attempted a conquest. They attempted to make war with the Wolfrock Empire, but was stopped midway at Tavern Rock due to essentially being bottlenecked, because there's really no good way to send a whole army over to where the Wolfrock Empire is, because it's actually fairly mountainous. And it even gets worse as you get closer to the Wolfrock Empire because there's more trees. So the Baldur Kingdom lost hundreds of thousands of, well, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds, if not thousands of troops just fighting into that war.
It's a damn shame. War never changes.
I mean, it changes, just not in, just always ends up being, a lot of dead people.
It's a quote, Ponder.
Ah, Alexander, how may I be assistance to you?
I heard there was some work opportunities here.
Work opportunities?
Of course. Heard there was a problem with some bodies.
I think we have mixed up area. You're getting ready to leave right now.
Oh, getting ready to leave.
You're about to send in your resignation, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I come in. So why am I here? Even though I'm not part of church and I got my job.
Have you got? Well, you're sending in your resignation, essentially. Say, hey, I'm
Okay.
leaving. It's been fun.
Oh, okay. It's like I have to. Hello, sir. I know you take care of me since I was a little EDB, little Alexandra, but some things in life you gotta find out for yourself.
That is a shame. Even though that we've had our differences,
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been a rambunctious bunch, but you do mean well at times. But it is a shame to see you go. What is your plans on doing?
Mercenary work. I heard there are people in trouble, and I don't want the church to get in my way of helping people.
I understand. I only wish that you take care of yourself and not do anything too dangerous.
Don't worry, I will.
That's
As you
not
see,
good to hear.
as you see, like a pompadour just magically appear on his head as he like wipes it for it. And it's only the scene that it has a pompadour. When you get to the next scene, it's gone.
Just know if you've grown tired of your, I should say, adventuring, that you still have a home here in the Water Kingdom at the Church of your faith.
Thank you, Father. I must be on my way.
Very well. May your fiend guide your path.
I guess I do the prayer of the church. Put on my fancy Witcher hat, and I begin to leave the office.
Probably soon after, Seraphina actually comes in to say her deal. Aren't you leaving? Are you being sent? You're confusing me. She's been sent. Apparently, things have been lost in translation.
I thought we were already at the job getting ready, and we just happened to show up at the same job.
Last I knew, you and I were sent on a mission together. So I'm confused because you two talked about your backstory and I was not let in on anything else.
I guess this is the pre part of the story before it got to that point, and now we're fast forwarding to when we're on the mission. And I'm just
Yes.
surprised that you're here. That's my understanding. Like this is probably
Yes, that's essentially what's
this
going
is a
on.
flashback. This is a
This
flashback.
is essentially a flashback.
He was doing a flashback. I caught on to what he was doing.
Uh,
I just didn't know why I was leaving the church because last I knew it was we was sent.
okay, and then we go back to the wagon. I kind of just look kind of like awkwardly at Sophia. Am I saying it right? I never get your character's name right.
Most of the people call her Fee.
Okay, I look over to Fee, kind of confused why she's here. Um, Fee, may I ask, isn't most of your talents served back at the church and not in the fields?
No.
Hmm. I'm pretty sure
Pretty sure what?
that most of your services, like your training was meant to stay in the.
Are you saying I can't adventure? Is it because I'm a woman?
No, I'm just saying because you're kind of on the soft side.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying I'm weak?
You expert in. You know what? Do what you want.
I will. Thank you, Alexander.
Okay. 1 point cotton character.
She looks down her scarf for her chipmunk eyes and goes, "Can you believe him, Nugget? What a jerk."
You see me roll my eyes. Are we like in a wagon, kind of one of those like wagons kind of scenarios?
Yeah, it's probably like a I some reason want to call it like a wagon Uber or a wagon taxi, but like a kind of like a Greyhound wagon. There's a couple other people with you on their way over to Tavern Rock.
Yeah, I'm looking over to these people. What do they look like? Do they look like mercenaries or anything like any competition?
No, just like commoners, essentially.
Oh,
Just
fair enough.
people taking the ride over to Tavern Rock.
Can I lean over to the person next to me and say, "Do you think I look soft? Is he just being rude?"
I think the person next to you is probably just like I don't know. You were talking to your scarf a second ago.
I show him my chipmunk.
Oh, I mean, I feel like I should stay out of this conversation, or I could say something that I shouldn't say.
Okay.
He's just trying to awkwardly look away, even though he's right next to you. Like he's like he's not in the conversation anymore. It's just a very nice horizon over there.
I kind of look over.
It's just a big open field with maybe the sun. Not even like dawn or sunset.
I look up to the sky and see what color the sky is today.
It's blue.
It's blue.
Yeah.
No clouds or anything. I guess not. Yes.
No, it's a relatively clear day.
I'm gonna do fromage.
It's about a week's journey with the caravan over to Tavern Rock, where I'm assuming that you guys sent notice to like the Adventurers Guild saying, "Hey, I want to join."
Sure.
So there's two people there. There's essentially one person with a sign for Alexander. The other one is for Seraphine. Another guy with Seraphina. There's the people that come pick you up from the airport or bus stop.
She'll head over to her sign.
I head over to my sign.
So Seraphina's like, "Hey, Seraphina?
My friends call me Fee.
Fee, right. So I'm supposed to pick you up to take you over to the Adventurers Guild?
I think so.
Alright, hop on the carriage, we'll get there lickety split."
She hops on and goes, "Do you
You-
think I look soft?"
I'm not going to get into that subject. I recommend you get your safety rope on.
Safety rope.
There's like this little like rope that ties onto like little, essentially like a boat, like the boat post where you tie down a boat to the dock.
She'll put on her safety rope.
For Alexander's is like, "Are you Alexander?
Yes.
I am here to pick you up and take you to the Adventurers Guild."
Okay.
If you would please hop on to my cart.
I look him over while he's talking. Like, does it look like he's suffering a stroke or?
No, he's got like a slight. It's a human man. Just got like a slight hunch to him. Probably in his 40s.
Oh, does he when he walks? Does he walk with like a limp?
Yeah, there's like a little bit of limp to it.
Does he
Looks
tell me
like
to walk this way as I follow him?
yes.
I kind of hunch over and walk that way with him. If you can name the movie reference, guys, please put it in the chat.
So you two have two very different cart rides. Alexander's is incredibly slow. It's like almost you'd be better off just walking at this pace.
No, I kind of lean back and just look at the. Are we in a city or a bustling city-ish area? Or
Yes,
just a
it's a fairly decent bustly city.
I'm kind of just taking all the smells in, enjoying the air. Probably since we're moving so slow, probably like points to like a vendor for food and just give them like the food and just keep eating on the way there, like
Yeah.
random street meat.
Seraphina's is very chaotic and incredibly fast. If you were not strapped down, you probably would have fell out multiple times as your cart almost flips over due to taking turns way too fast.
She's screaming "woohoo" the whole time.
Is that how she really feeling?
Yes.
Oh, you should be more terrified.
No.
She's
It's like a roller coaster ride.
You think she's a nice girl, but she is a nice girl, but she has a dangerous streak of like adventurous, while my character is more to chill, like, you know what? I'm enjoying the peace while I can. That peace and quiet.
So Seraphina gets here in like maybe a couple minutes, while Alexander takes about maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So by the time Seraphina's gotten there and Alexander's all signed up, she's actually probably signed up with a teller who's a gnome. Gnome male, blondish hair, brown eyes, got like big dimples.
It's so adorable.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. So is there anything else that you might need? Rations, rope, torches? Well, you look more of half elf, so I believe you might not need torches, so it may come in handy.
Not really.
Okay. If you would kindly go over there, there's your quest boards over there. When you get a chance, make sure you go over to the main desk and let them know what quest you're taking, so that way we don't actually send someone else that direction.
Thank you. She'll go over to the quest boards.
Yeah. Alexander, I'm guessing you entered the place in with a whole bunch of like just food.
Yep. It was just so a ride, just like I'm just enjoying the food. Street meat. I'll probably have like like a cinnamon bread as like on like a little, I guess, cloth wrapping the cinnamon bread, like you can smell the scent of the honey and like custard on it as a dessert after I finish my couple sticks of meat. No vegetables whatsoever.
Hello, sir. How may I assist you today?
Oh yeah, I heard of you have some missions here.
Yes, we do have some quests. Are you already signed in with the guild?
Oh, this is my first day.
Excellent. I just need you to sign some bits of information. I need name, age, oh, what else? What else? What else? What else? I definitely need you to sign the waiver, stating that we're not responsible for any sort of mortal injury that may occur onto your job. Don't mind, just standard process. and any sort of next of line kin that we may need to inform of such a tragedy happens, and maybe a area where they're at, address.
Oh, I give my name, age. I put question mark because I don't know. Technically, uh, I guess I put 15 to 17 question mark.
Well, this should be efficient.
I put
We'll
the
get this.
father as my contact.
Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. I just had someone in here with the same father, or same person as the contact.
Oh, can you tell me their name?
I cannot divulge this information at the moment.
Fair enough.
If you can, since you're ready, I'll put this in file, and you can go ahead and check the mission board when you get a chance, please. And if you pick a mission or quest, let the front desk know, so that way we can make sure that no one else goes on the same mission as you.
Okay. I look at the mission board. Do I see the 4 quests from before?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm guessing you're going to take the one for Wolf Rock.
Yep.
Okay. So, Seraphine, you've already went through the process of essentially goes to front desk taking that one, and there's actually already someone on it, but it's saying up to at least 3 people.
Can I see the name of the person on it?
Can you see the name? I wanted to say, roll me a perception, not perception, a persuasion.
Hmm.
As we discover what her persuasion is. Okay. In the meantime, we'll get back to that. Alexander, you get to the front desk. You already see Seraphina actually there. Yes, you find out that the gentleman's name is Gref Sisk. He's a human that's actually started up not too long ago.
Cool.
Seem legit.
So the two of you will be sent over to do the task. You've both signed the waiver and have accepted that the pay is going to be low because the town does not have that much money to give you for the job.
Fair enough.
These all fair terms?
Well, works for me.
I would say that the travel will be easy because I believe you took the Outlander background.
Yep.
You jerk. So you don't have to worry about any sort of food or water rations or anything because there's definitely plenty you can find. The trip is relatively long but and boring, but not that terrible. There's nothing really bad going on. No short of ambushes, wild encounters. It takes you about let's say another week to get to the town.
They have a little bit of ambush.
Not even a little bit of ambush.
Oh.
Not yet. Saving the combat for the thing you gotta fight.
Okay.
Did we get to meet that Rask guy before we left?
You did not. He had already left before you got there. So about a week you make it into town. At the village of Falkirk, which I can actually pull up for you. Load. Okay, it might take it a second to load because it's a big file apparently. Town of Falkirk in the Wolfrock Empire. You actually go through the capital first. Before you can even make it to the Falkirk. It's little town there towards the edge. And when you arrive, you can already tell that it's definitely just a farm town. There's not much really going on.
I gotta one of these days. I gotta get this map maker from you. This thing's fucking amazing.
It's incarnate.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's so good.
It is nifty. We'll admit it's $5 a month, or you could pay $25 for a whole year to use it. The only problem is that you won't be able, if you end the subscription at all, you won't be able to pick it back up. But again, it's just $5 for a month to get it back.
Gotcha.
It does come with commercial use thing you can get as well. So
I guess if you're streaming or whatever.
which or if you do make like a supplement or something that you sell it, you should be able to do it then. I hope.
Fair enough. Oh yeah, I got you. Like if you do like a big project that brings in income.
Yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, back to the story.
There's a lot of small houses here, just mainly people that are just farmhands. And then there's just a single tavern that is there. Called the Midnight Harvest.
I head to this tavern called the Midnight Harvest.
Okay. Serafini, do you follow?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go inside, this tavern is not really big. There's only a couple of tables and then just the bar itself with about maybe 5 chairs. Currently there's just a few humans that are inside. Most are at the tables eating like some bread and some ale. There's one human dressed in chainmail and with a shield strapped to his arm at the bar. Seems to be talking to the barkeep, which is another human male with a kind of like a bushy black beard, very short kept hair. Who do you want to do you want to talk to somebody? Do you just want to stay there?
I want to go sit at the bar by the bartender and the guy in chainmail.
Okay. When you get over there, you get a closer look at the guy in the chainmail. He has short black hair. He has short black hair, a scar going over one eye, kind of at an angle over the right eye, and he actually has part of his ear bit off. It appears to be a human bite mark, from what you can tell. He's currently just talking to the barkeep.
Try not to stare at the human-sized bite mark in his ear.
Hi.
Oh, hi. You?
Can I ask you a slightly personal question?
Not if you want a slightly personal question response.
Sure.
Okay, what's your personal question?
What happened to your ear?
Oh, I was fighting a guy. He was grappling him. He bit off my ear. I bit off his nose. So I feel like I got the better end of the deal on that one.
I would Would you though? Because I mean, that probably tasted really bad.
Well, so did ear, but my ear still works. His nose does not so well.
If he had a cold though, he would definitely get it.
I wasn't really worried about that at the time. I was currently more upset by the man who bit my ear.
That's fair.
Actually, no, I don't know if I bit his nose off first or he bit on my ear first. That's actually something I'll have to recall later. It probably doesn't matter now.
I feel like it kind of matters.
I'll probably not see him ever again.
No, I mean, one of you probably has a little bit of cannibal instincts, and you should probably figure out if it's you.
As he sees, as he said, never see him again. You see, like the background of the guy, like kind of sitting at the other side of the bar, minding his own business. That bit his ear off. They just don't recognize each other.
Even though it'd be very easy to distinct the guy who got his nose bit off.
Yep. He might be wearing a bandit mask. I don't know.
Has like an eye patch just over his nose hole.
Yep.
But when you say something about him like trying to figure out which one has the cannibal instincts, he's actually goes into like deep thought, trying to figure out if it's actually him or not.
Do you know anything about this quest? And she'll like show him what she's written down about it.
Oh yeah, I actually came up here to do that one to myself. The situation where 2 people have been killed or have gone missing.
Are you that Rask guy?
Who's asking?
I'm asking.
Who are you?
I am Serafina de la Rus.
Do you know me from someone?
Yeah, I do. They told me you signed up for this quest, the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Wait, what did you think it was?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I'm worried about it.
It's fine.
Sure.
Yes, I was actually.
I'm kind of chuckling him to myself at the bar as I'm just eating like a giant bowl of rice with shrimp on it.
Yeah, I was actually just asking about the barkeep about it now. I kind of bad about things. Asking about, I don't know what to do about this situation. I like to fight stuff. I particularly like to grapple. I don't know if you are you from Baldur Kingdom at all?
Do I look soft?
Yes.
That's so hurtful.
Do you want the truth or not? Do you have part of your ear bitten off?
You can see my ears.
You're soft.
I'm laughing. Like I'm laughing my mouth from my lips.
But like I said, I don't know. Are you from the Baldur Kingdom? Where are you from? From Frostborn, moved over to Baldur Kingdom when you're really young.
I grew up in the Baldur Kingdom.
Ooh, do you know anything about the Coliseum fights? Or the arena fights? I don't know, do you?
I've heard about them.
Have you heard about the man who punches people with his shield?
No.
Oh.
Why? You look a little disappointed now.
No, I'm fine.
Did I hurt your pride?
Nope.
Good. That's what you get for calling me soft.
You see me under my breath? These are the people I have to work with.
That's true. Truth hurts. It's fine. It's fine.
In your defense, I did grow up in a temple. So I didn't go and see the fights much.
What temple?
There's a lot of temples.
The Temple of Urfane.
Okay, that explains why. If it was, the typical temple, like, Ragnar, you'd probably see a fight every now and then for violence. It's fine. It's fine. You haven't seen it. My pride is hurt. Your pride is hurt. We're even.
We haven't heard his pride yet. She'll point back to
Oh,
Alexander.
tall, dark, and brooding in the corner over there.
You see me as just like a mouthful of rice, like and shrimp, like oh.
Yep. He's here to help with the quest too.
Excellent. I need you to ask questions to the barkeep. He knows stuff. I think. Probably. I don't know.
I'll look to the barkeep. Is he like listening and on us right now?
We
It's
all
more-
just all three of us just look at the barkeep at the same time.
He then like the barkeep actually starts like looking in between the three of you because he's just totally confused at the moment.
Have you heard anything about these murders
Or
Well,
missing people.
or missing people?
murders, no. Missing people, yes. There's been a couple of people that have gone missing that we suspect have went into the woods and might have got caught. We're in the area where gnolls tend to be very plentiful, almost, it feels like.
What do you know about the people that went missing?
One was a woman named Ella, and the other one was a man named Greg.
Did Ella and Greg know each other well?
No, Greg is typically a woodsman that essentially likes to stay around there, forge, bring in pelts of animals that he hunts. Ella, I don't know exactly. She may have had a fleeting feeling for the man. It's hard to tell. I didn't really know her. She typically stayed, helped make the grub for the farmers for essentially the farm hands for lunch and dinner.
Do you know where the last place Greg and Ella were seen was?
Last thing we know that Greg went essentially due east from here. Ella, I think, went towards about northeast.
Did they go? Did they go missing at the same time?
No, Greg went missing first. Ella been missing about maybe a couple days after. She went into the woods one day. She told people that she would, and she hasn't come back yet.
Did anybody go looking for her yet? Or Greg?
Not yet. People here are kind of afraid to go into the woods because, like I said, gnolls tend to be in the area, and gnolls have a knack for killing and murdering innocent people.
The woods are so dangerous. Why did both of them go into the woods by themselves?
Well, Greg practically lives in the woods. Ella'd have no idea. She seemed like a frail woman, to be honest. And I don't know if you're soft or not.
Thanks.
You see me like whisper.
I think Graf just straight up says, yeah, she's pretty soft.
You don't even know me.
I can see in your eyes, your eyes. You don't have any cool scars like me. It's like,
Maybe I'm better at dodging than you.
maybe I don't want to dodge
Why wouldn't you want to dodge?
because I'm not soft. I got you.
Maybe you're not skilled enough to dodge.
Well, maybe. I haven't tried dodging yet, so I don't know.
Okay.
To be fair, if you have to ask if you're soft or not, the latter is.
I'm only asking if I look soft. I know I'm not soft. You're the one who said I looked soft.
Or keep
Well, as I have a flashback to our childhood, of something like silly happened, and I'm like, "What's the matter with you, kid?" I'm older than you. Blah blah blah.
Is there something else that can help you with? Says the barkeep, trying to figure out. I really don't know about much else of the situation. You can perhaps maybe ask one of the older folk that are around here.
Do you know who knew Ella and Greg the most, so we can start by asking them?
For Ella, you may want to speak to one of the people that worked as the cooks for the farm. As the Greg, you have to maybe speak to the trades the the trade post that we have here for ascending essentially the grain and stuff that we produce. Greg was the one that sold the skins and stuff to the post to be sold at the capital. I would also suggest asking if what is his name? What does he call himself now?
Ooh,
Pistol Pete?
Pistol Pete.
Yes, he managed to find a rare pistol and has been going himself by that name. Typically we called him Peter, but he shortened it down to Pistol Pete when he got the pistol.
Peter is shorter than Pistol Pete.
We've said that to him.
Okay, I was just
Hey,
checking.
you want to know what his argument is?
What?
I have a pistol, it doesn't matter.
That's a good argument.
He doesn't know how to use the pistol, mind you.
Said pistol. Trying to think. Do I know what pistols are?
Yeah, they're very rare. Typically it's difficult for people to get them to work. There's only been like a couple of people ever known to actually get them to work. And other people that may be known to get them to work tend to shoot their own head off because they don't know how to get them to work. Essentially, they're like, why is this thing not firing? Pull the trigger on accident. They shoot their face off. They reloaded it. Thought that they did it right. Accidentally pulls the hammer back and just go.
These things. I would say this is fine, but it's not.
It's not fine.
It's not fine at all.
Is there perhaps anything else I may be able to help with? Do you need lodging? I have a couple of rooms that you could stay at if you'd like.
We might need lodging. I don't know how long this will take.
Hopefully soon, because people are starting to worry.
We plan to end this as swiftly as possible.
Very well.
But a good night's sleep is always good. I know that sounds redundant.
Yeah. Well, please come back before sunfall. So way I can get your rooms ready.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I guess I finished up the rest of my rice and
All right.
And I head out to the I actually asked any particular places you've seen when the wait a minute, let me see, do I know what the families are for these people that went missing?
Greg didn't really have a family. Ella only had a mother left, who also works at the cook spot for the farmhands.
Where is Pistol Pete supposed to be at?
Pistol Pete is a gentleman that stands on his front porch and sits at his front porch in a rocking chair that has a pistol on his lap. He's very hard to miss. He's actually not that far off from where you are.
I'm gonna go talk to Pistol Pete. What did you want to do, Alex?
I guess I talked to the family of the other person that went missing.
Who do you want to go with? Raz? Is that his name?
Ref.
Ref.
I just told you my name not even 10 seconds ago. And you.
No, I didn't hear you when I first read the name.
It's fine.
Okay.
You don't even know who I was. Now you just.
See me tap on Raz's shoulder and point to her and nod.
You know, I could also go into the woods due east, like they said, to see what I find.
Yeah, that's an option too.
I don't feel like one of us should go into the woods alone.
Well, you guys are splitting up to go different places.
In town?
We said it at the same time in town.
So you're saying splitting up a third way is not a good idea?
When it's
Splitting
not
out
in-
of town is not a good idea.
You're making this very complicated.
We shouldn't go into the woods alone. That's how 2 people went missing. They went into the woods alone.
This is very true.
You know what? I'll go with the soft one. Serafina. For fee.
Soft.
So apparently you're worried about someone getting hurt. All right, so who wants to go? Who do we do first? Do we talk to Pistol Pete or do we talk to the cooks? Yes, no, maybe.
The cooks can go first.
Okay. So Serafina, followed by Gref, walk over to the kind of like the kitchen hall, which is towards the southern part of the town. Essentially, it just has like a whole big area where they have large cauldrons to make like the food, the beans and whatnot for the farmers. There's about 5 workers there, mixture of men and women. They're all humans. Pretty much everybody you see in this town is a human. One woman's working on making the dough, another one's stirring the cauldron that's full of what essentially looks like slop. You don't know what kind of slop it is, but
I want to make sure I went to see the cook.
you went to go see Pistol Pete.
Okay, I went to see Pistol Pete. Make sure.
I went to Pistol Pete.
Oh, you went to Pistol
He
Pete?
went to the cook.
Okay, never mind. We have Alexandra going to the cooks.
Okay, and just when it's like, well, I like food, so you know.
That is true.
It's for my I have fast metabolism in this game.
The food doesn't look all the best. It smells good though.
May I get a sample, please?
Oh, sure, sweet thing. Who are you?
Oh, I go by Alexandra.
Oh, Alexander. I got. Let me just pull you out a bowl real quick. Just when they get the ladle out and take the bowl under it, when she scoops it up, it's kind of has a thick consistency to it, almost dripping down. I mean, you could kind of make out some things like carrots, potatoes, some sort of yellow chunks. It's difficult to tell. And
you know
what's
what?
in this?
Like I take a bite. I take one of the yellow chunks. Like I feel that yellow chunk, move to the side, chew on it a little bit.
It's like bread. It's like dumplings.
Yeah. Ooh, dumplings. Like good texture, fulfilling. Is that a little bit of basil in there?
What?
Basil, or is
We
it
don't have no basil here.
paprika?
I don't even know what you're tasting.
Hmm. Oh, it must be more forest-based seasonings. I can't think of any forest seasoning right now. That's not too fancy.
I don't know what you're tasting, boy. What are you here for?
Just I heard some. I heard that you make good food. First of all, second of all, I heard
Mm-hmm.
you know about the people. One of the people that went missing. Trying to.
One of the people that went missing. You ain't talking about sweet little Ella, are you?
Yes.
Mm,
Did anybody like come around, maybe talk to her, or et cetera, et cetera? Any weird behavior? We think it's Knowles, but we don't want to assume. We don't want to like. It's probably Knowles, but we don't want to overlook the option just in case it's not Knowles.
well, I don't know about no old Knowles, but that little sweet little Ella there, she's been worried sick ever since Greg disappeared. 1 week he went out, and then he ain't come back for another week. Usually he comes back once a week.
Oh, so is it Ella's that gone missing, or is it just
Greg and Ella, those are the two people that went missing. I'm guessing you're
okay?
talking about that little old notice we sent out days ago.
Yes, sorry, I just got it, and I took some time to get here. I would have been here sooner.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. As I take another scoop, I make sure the dumplings in this, like another dumplings in this scoop. So Ella, so first gentleman went missing, and then Ella went missing, looking for him. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That little thing has had a little bit of a how to say it? Bleeding heart for that man for some time. We all knew it. She
You know
tried to
what?
keep it a secret, but we all could tell. She would
Yeah,
always
most
give that
definitely.
man a couple extra of the mystery meat as he came by.
See me raise the eyebrow. Mystery meat. As I lean in, like eyebrow. Mystery meat.
There is chunks of meat in your thing. You don't know what it is.
You see me taking that scoop and taste the mystery. Does it feel more beef, pork, or seafood
You
in
have
nature?
no idea.
Okay, because chicken has that kind of
Chicken has like a
fibrous.
stringy taste, that stringy texture to it,
It doesn't
but
have that.
it does
Like
not.
it. Okay, it does not have a beef kind of texture to it.
It does not.
Okay, more gamey
Maybe
pork, like that kind of fatty pork kind of feel.
it does not.
Okay, so it's not people. Good.
What are
So I
you
lean
talking
toward.
about, people? What do you think we're doing around here? Cutting some of the lazy bouts up and just throwing in the stew?
You sure it's not no Nolan this stew?
No, there ain't no in the stew.
Just making sure. I'm not judging out loud.
Come around here insulting me about my cooking.
Oh no, it just tastes fantastic.
Mm.
Doesn't matter what I said, it tastes great. But anything you tell me, any personal belongings, maybe
What do you mean personal belongings?
it makes it easier to find. Like maybe they left with their favorite dress. I might find a scrap of dress in the woods.
Last thing we knew, she left with her work outfit, which is essentially what we wear. It's the
Oh,
work outfit
okay.
is essentially a very basic, something that you wouldn't be too worried about if it got glop on it or something.
Okay. I kind of look over and I
Like a
take
white,
kind of a whiff of her.
kind of like a burlap apron. Uh, Blue dress.
What does she smell like? Just like basic person that work in the kitchen smell?
There's a lot of smells you're smelling at the moment. I mean, she might smell like some pepper, like beef broth, maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And well, thank you for your time and your patience. And I will be on my way.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's what
have
they
a
all
like,
say.
oh, I'll be back. As I take another scoop of the food. I'll be back.
All right, let's switch over to Pistol Pete here.
Oh
Sir
boy.
Fido, you have Gref followed right behind you as you get to essentially where about maybe say about a couple hundred yards away from where the tavern was. You see this older man in a like a rocking chair with a essentially like a flintlock pistol on his lap, rocking back and forth. Currently has like a I wouldn't say like a boonie hat, but kind of something that resembles it. A stereotypical miner hat that you see in like the old the like OS cartoons or something. He's got like a very scruffy white beard, uh, overalls. Relative seems relatively skinny. He either doesn't eat much or he doesn't keep much.
Mhm.
Hi. Are you Pistol Pete?
Whoa, yeah, sir, I'm Pistol Pete. What can I help a little darling like you?
Do you know what happened to Greg and Ella before they went missing?
Greg and Ella, I don't know about Ella, but Greg there, he's a fine young man, loves the forest. Might love it a little bit too much. I believe he's a little bit of a tree hugger there, but you know what? I ain't judging too much out loud.
Actually, judging a little bit out loud.
I said too much, not a lot.
Did you see what happened the day he went missing?
Oh, I don't know. I think he went over to a little chow hall over there. Where they kick up the grub for the farm hands and whatnot. And after that, he just went through and hasn't been seen since. Usually comes by, says hi, talks about how we're going to get together at some point, try to figure out how this damn thing works. He kind of like gestures to the pistol at his lap, and it hasn't come by.
Where did you find a pistol anyway?
Well, I was out in the woods myself, and when I was out there, there was some knolls in the area, and I found the pistol laying on the ground next to the dead knolls. I didn't question it much, and I just took it and just left.
What do you know about the gnolls in the area?
Oh, they've been in the area for a long time, you see. Knolls tend to be trying to stay around the Wolfhog Empire so far. He just kind of like does a quick like glance over to the left, glance over to the right. He's about to tell you something secret. If you think me, if you ask me, they're after the capital. There's something in them hills.
Do the gnolls have like a base they live in?
Oh no! Last ever known base was torn asunder by a dragon. Well, it was frozen asunder.
There's a dragon?
Oh, not no more. Well, maybe. Those crafty devils are sneaky.
How much have you seen the gnolls since the dragon went through?
Oh, on a rare occasion. They're never real too built up nowadays. They're probably still recovering from their mass wipeout. They try to take a whole city at one point. Here, Hassel, I think Marthmore was his town. A small group of soldiers, a couple of adventurers stayed there, stopped the army. It was a lot of death.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Oh, it's fine. Town was fine. A few soldiers died, a lot of those dead. That was the important part. Damn bastards.
Where in the woods did you find the pistol?
Oh, probably about due east.
How long ago did you find it?
Oh, that's been like weeks, years.
Is it weeks or years? That's a very different time span.
You know, when you get to my age, all the years kind of blend together like.
Okay.
So I could tell you something from about 2 weeks ago. It could actually be from like 2 years, or 2 years could be actually about a couple decades. I don't know.
I don't think that's a normal part of aging.
How would you know? How old are you? 12?
That is very rude.
Ref is like laughing at the moment.
I am an adult. Thank you.
Well,
I
that's
am an adult.
well, that's good for you, sweetie. Now, what do you need help with?
We're trying to find Greg and Ella.
Oh, right, those guys. Those guys went missing quite some time ago. One a couple weeks ago, the other one a couple days after that.
Yes.
One went straight east, the other one kind of went catty corner to that.
Why do you think one of them went the other way?
I don't know. Maybe she's trying to guess that he went a little bit to the north, a little bit after he went east.
It's fair.
What kind of business are you here for, anyway?
I'm looking for the two missing people.
Oh, good old Greg and little old Ella.
Ref, I don't think we're going to find anything here.
I'm enjoying the talk.
Of course you are.
Plus, he's got a pistol.
He does have
So-
a pistol.
That's what some men need in life, a pistol. Did I pull out my gun? Will I eventually be able to get a pistol, Pondo?
Maybe. We'll see.
I don't know. There's so many rule sets for that now
There is.
that aren't official technically, but it's fine.
Come on, Ref, let's go find Alexander. See if he had better luck.
Oh, last little bit of information. If you go into the woods, be careful of little black things or wander about. And to be
Black
really
things?
sneaky.
The what?
Yeah, little black linky little things.
Linky little things.
Yeah. Almost as linky as me. Slap his knee. Starts laughing.
Can I roll something to try and figure out what he's talking about?
Yes. It'll be intelligence based. You can give me either multiple things. Religion, arcana, and history.
I have religion.
You can go for religion.
I'm not super good at it, but I have it. I got 12.
You remember hearing about some of the teachings that there's apparitions that kind of match that description. You're not entirely certain which ones.
Can I also roll an insight to see if this guy's actually crazy?
He's a little bit crazy.
Okay.
don't need
But you can roll an
an
insight to see what else you can tell. He's a little bit crazy, but he seems relatively sane. He's just an old man with some memory problems, essentially.
That's fair.
All right. So you're heading out. Go meet up with Alexander.
Alexander Anderson.
Sounds good.
When we meet up, I tell them the information I know. I guess if we just exchange information to kind of speed this up.
Where are you meeting up at?
Probably back at the tavern.
Okay. You meet back at the tavern. The bartender gives you, tavern keeper gives you too much water essentially to drink, unless ordering otherwise.
Water's free with your stay. That's fair. Is
Yeah.
it a tavern inn or just?
It's a tavern with some extra rooms for people that pass by or come for short
Okay,
work
fair
real quick.
Yeah, free water with the inn. I'm not complaining because sometimes you can't get water fresh.
uh, Smooth. You can roll either a history, arcana, or religion if you want. After you get the information about the Linky thing.
The what thing?
Of the aberration he was pretty much talking about.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Do I have any of those? Going to my skill hills. You say Arcana.
You could do arcana, history, or religion.
I don't have any of those things, so let's go
You
with
can
probability.
pick one and and roll it
I'm
because each one you
probably
get different information.
probably Arcana. 19.
Oh well, it's a straight roll. Yeah, you've actually kind of heard about these things that they sneak around in Wolf Rock Empire. They're called skulkers. They're very linky black beings that have claw-like fingers.
Mhm.
Except there's like one finger that's longer than the others on each hand, and their skin is almost as black as night. The only things that you can see is it's bright white eyes that practically glow in the night, and his teeth when it opens his mouth to a very jaggedy, toothy grin.
Hmm. I know what they are out of character, you son of a gun.
I was wondering if you'd remember.
Oh, I remember. But nothing I can do about it because my character don't know.
You do know that they
I
only
do know now because I rolled a check, but
you know that they only show up around night.
you only show up what?
They only show up around night.
Okay.
That's when they're easily seen. That's when they are the most hardest to be seen.
You know what? As a predator, I don't blame them for that because it makes sense.
And they don't tend to go, and when they hunt, they don't actually try to pounce on the people. They wait till they're either asleep or not paying attention, sneak up on them as they drain the life out of their subjects.
Sounds metal as hell. Or knitter. Um, metal knitter, same thing. Okay.
You actually
That's
probably
something
hear Graf say that's like, yeah, that's metal as hell.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we watch out, avoid these creatures as much as possible.
That would probably be ideal.
Okay. But what if it's the creature that ate them?
I'm really hoping we find them alive.
You know what? So do I. Okay, so we hit out in the last scene area that we know they went. Check out if not, then we check out the null camp pits. Maybe we find remainers. Hopefully the latter happens.
Which direction would you like to go first?
Probably when they went missing. around the area.
The two went in different directions.
I guess we hit up when the first abduction happens.
The first one that goes missing, that went missing.
Yeah.
That'd be Greg.
Yeah. You know what? Check out the second because the other second one's probably fresher.
You want to go to the second one?
Yeah. I think about it.
Okay.
Do I need to make a survival check?
Yes. Give me.
I get advantage because it's my favorite enemy.
What's your favorite enemy?
Humanoid.
It's not a humanoid.
Well, the person missing is humanoid.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's why I picked humanoid because, like, if most likely it's going to be a person missing, it'll be easier to track them.
Okay, fair enough.
In my head canon. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I get to roll 2 dice for this. Survival, I'm guessing. Ah, 19. That's nice. Because I think in my head canon, I'm gonna try to rescue over fight.
Right. It essentially takes you most of the day as you look around towards the direction where Ella went. But eventually you were able to find tracks right before sundown. You want to follow them now?
I look to my companions. Come back tomorrow.
You're the one leading the way right now.
I can see. I'm not sure about our other companion.
Me? No, I'm blind as a bat at dark. That's why they make torches.
Come back. Okay, then we come back in the morning.
But I have a torch. Fire see good light. Look, if we have a track, and if this lady is somehow still alive, undoubtedly she's probably not. We probably should go see
She
it.
might be.
If by some miracle she is alive and not eaten by either wolves or Null of like, we should probably go now. If we go back now, we may not be able to find her warm body, so to speak.
You see me nod? He's right. We have to risk it.
Maybe we'll get some biscuits.
So do you have a torch?
Yes. Wait, do you guys not carry torches?
I have torches, but, you know, I'm also about the advantage and I'm considerate of others.
Humans are so funny.
Have you hit someone with a torch? It's fun as hell.
You see me look over to her at that statement and just, okay, and keep going. Hey, do I even know her race at this point or not really?
All you know is that she's more than likely a half elf. She has slightly pointed ears. She's got a little bit of brown blood in her, like you.
Yeah, Chaco.
Have you seen her picture?
I seen her picture. Okay. I didn't like zoom in on the ears though.
Yeah, they're pointy.
Okay, cool.
She has odd color eyes though. I believe they're gold.
They are gold.
Mine are green.
Yeah. So you go a couple more hours, and the night has fallen, and by which time, Greg has lit his torch because he figures that if they're seen.
His name is Graf.
Graf. Did I say Greg? So what happens when you have two different names characters?
This is why I was confused about his name in the first place.
Probably did that to myself. Graf lights up a torch thinking that if they're seen, at least animals that are wild out there may hesitate to attack. in hopes that no gnolls decide to, hey, look, vulnerable people. Let's jump and eat them.
You know, you could just follow us really close and we can tell you when to light the torch.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
But
Are you going to tell me every single branch that we step across? I'm leaving the torch on.
Okay, how about
well,
this?
maybe Alexander can give you a piggyback ride.
No, I'm a man. I don't need that.
But you are a man that cannot see without giving.
That's why I have torch.
But now everybody can see us.
How about this? I'll scout ahead and y'all lean back with the torch.
All right.
I guess I hit that stealth mode.
Roll stealth. It's probably disadvantage.
Why would I have disadvantage?
Do you have chainmail on?
No, I have leather.
Oh, okay.
I went with studded leather because I'm like, unless I have a really high dex, it doesn't really do anything for me. Get what I'm saying? That to skill, change it to 1d. There we go. So, crunch, crunch, crunch. Too many branches.
So it's about maybe 2 minutes after you start stealthing, you kind of like look back, make sure you're staying a good distance, and you suddenly like turn back and just get clotheslined by a low branch.
Ow.
That happens every other couple minutes. About 30 minutes of following the tracks that you found, you can actually see there's a woman that's by a tree. That's just practically asleep at this point. It seems like, from what you can tell from the distance.
Does she have the outfit from the place?
You can't see any color. You see gray, because you don't have proper light.
Does she smell like she's from that place?
Are you getting close enough to see?
Yes.
Okay. Greg probably follows slowly fine. You can see it is like a blue dress with the burlap apron. As far as her smell, she smells like she's been in the woods for a couple of days.
Oh, okay. I kind of look around to see if there's any other things there. Obviously, trap look obvious.
Roll a perception.
Perception check, yeah.
Can I see her at this point?
Yes.
Wait, was that? Oh, that was persuasion. Perception is.
Seraphina, you can roll a perception as well.
It would be lower, so I'm just gonna keep that roll. I don't see any traps per se.
Alexander, you don't really notice anything. It seems like the coast is clear. Seraphina, you actually can kind of, in the woods here, you kind of see two glowing dots in some bushes.
Look at that bush over there. There's glowing dots in it.
I kind of turn my head and look over.
You see the glowing dots in some bushes.
Do I recognize said glowing dot in the bushes?
You don't. It could be like fireflies.
I kind of go towards the body and try to check to see if there's a pulse, like signs of life. She looks like she's asleep, but is she actually asleep?
Roll me a medicine.
Okay. I can do that. Yeah.
She is alive. She just seems very, very. She's probably just passed out because she's very, very tired. Probably been awake for a couple of days. Seraphina, are you watching the two dots in the bushes?
Yes.
They are staying there. Not moving. Just watching. It seems.
She squints at him.
They stay there. Not moving. Not blinking or anything. Just watching.
Do they look like eyes? Like the eyes that the guy was describing? Or do they look like something else?
They do not. They just like two solid white orbs, essentially. They're suspended in air.
We should go check that bush out. Maybe it's not eyes.
As soon as you say that, Gref was like, I got this. He just chucks the torch at the two dots.
Wait, we shouldn't just light the bush out. Okay.
It's happening.
What you see is this long, lengthy creature that is suddenly alarmed, black as night skin, as the torch lands near it.
Oh boy.
It stands about maybe 5 to 6 feet tall, and it's just hunched over. But it would stand, if you could tell that if it stood, it would be about 5 to 6 feet, 5'10" to 6 feet tall. Almost as long as his body, cleared, touching his feet. Claws on each hand that are pointed, 2 fingers, a finger each that's long on each hand. And it starts smiling with a very jaggedy, toothy grin.
Ooh, that's unsettling.
Who does it looks at?
It doesn't move, doesn't blink, just stares.
Who's it staring at?
Almost like the three of you.
I point to our new human friend. He did it.
It doesn't react.
Okay. Is it? I'm trying to look on the map.
Hi.
Okay, so it's there. She's here, right?
Yes.
I'll try talking to it. Like, we're looking for someone missing. Have you seen them? Did you eat them?
It says nothing. Just stares. Jagged grin.
I'll repeat it in Celestial.
You see me taking the dodge action, slowly moving towards the girl, but like trying to avoid it.
All right, I need to get some tokens for you guys. Is that
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. My like slowly while they like talking, I'm gonna try to creep my way to the girl to see if we can make her run for it. If I can just pick her up and run, kind of thing.
What you could do for me is roll for initiative.
You know what? I can do that thing,
That
but do I want to? I have to. Let me see. I'm trying to make sure I got that ability at this level of. Do I have advantage to my initiative rolls? Yeah, I do have this at this level. Good. Go to my character sheet. Skills, core stats, initiative. Bam. Oh, wait a minute. I have to have a token to roll initiative.
I'm working on that now. Should work. Alexander, you're the guy with the bow and arrow.
Okay.
Serafina, you're the one age-looking person. There. And you could place within 15 15 feet of the female by the tree.
I can be like right there.
Sure.
Okay.
Or Ref, which of course he's loved because I rolled it for him.
I guess I get 17.
Cotton, did you roll a 10?
Maybe.
And this thing I think is yeah, Dom, I was hoping you would recognize this thing.
Oh no, I totally recognize it. I was like, lucky my character isn't as brash as Bear was.
All right, so what do you want to do since you're going first?
Am I going first?
Yes, you have the initiative.
Okay, and then I will slowly creep towards the girl and pick her up
Okay.
and slowly begin to back the hell up. Nodding for my teammates so they back the hell up too.
So your movement will be halved once you pick her up.
Gotcha.
So you could essentially go 5 feet more, I believe.
Gotcha. We have the standard action to pick her up and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of nod to my companions to just back the hell up. So that'll be picking. Again, that'll be my turn.
The Necroskulker actually is going to charge.
I'm like Jackie Chan with a baby. I'm not looking for a fight.
How do you do the drop thing? That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually going to dash over the person who's taking his prey. As you're watching this thing through the firelight just run through, it's very low crawling. Like it's, how can I explain this the most creepy way possible?
It has like a jittery kind of move, like
Yes. A jittery spider-like movement as it crawls hastily over to where Alexander is.
Oh, it's even worse when it's moving.
Yeah.
you see me like put the shield like in reaction over the girl.
Yep.
In my arms.
Seraphina, you're next.
I will cast. Can I bane it?
Yes.
I want to bane it.
That is a charisma saving throw, correct?
Of 13.
Of course. That got a 12.
Woohoo!
It is baned. Anything else?
I would like to step back a little bit. Right there.
Bonus action or anything?
I don't think I can do anything with a bonus action because I don't have another spell that I can cast.
You are a bard.
Oh yeah, I want a bardic inspiration on Griff.
Okay.
Go get him, big boy.
All right. So Graf actually charges up to this thing. He doesn't take out a weapon at all.
I suspect he's gonna hit him with a shield.
You would be wrong. Actually, no, you'd be right. He is going to do a quick shield bash onto the creature's face, almost like a clothesline, stopping right before he gets to Alexander.
Did you have a luchador mask on?
Oh, well, that's a shame because that's only
That's a
he
grapple.
crits. It wasn't a grapple. It was it's a punch essentially.
Ooh, wow. Buckle punch.
He may or may not have Tavern Brawler. And the duelist fighting style. Does 11 points of damage to it. Now he's going to go for the grapple. So he does the clothesline and he's actually going to go for like a spear type grapple. As he's like trying to aim for what he thinks may be the waistline of it. That's not great. I have to check to see what it is. It already beat it actually. Yeah. He's not able to actually grapple the thing, but he punched it really good with the shield.
Wait, did you roll for the other guy to grapple?
Oh yeah, you did. It's too late. Huh?
Because he, what?
The first one was Gref.
The second one has to take a minus D4 because he's baned.
Oh, yeah.
This is true. It still doesn't stop him.
It's like as long as he doesn't roll a 1, it would help, but he rolled a 1.
Yep. What Secret was thinking. Alexander's back to you.
Okay. I'm guessing that we're not going to be able to go anywhere with this creature here. I put the lady down behind me gently, and I believe that will be my actions because I'm not going to just drop her.
Yeah, that's if you just dropped her like a sack of potatoes, you'd probably be able to act. But if you want to be
No,
gentle about it,
I'm going to be gentle.
be a gentleman.
Yeah. And I guess stay where I am.
You want to take? You could take out your weapon if you'd like.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, sir. Even though technically I could do it in the next round, but that's fine. Bring out my weapon.
It doesn't matter.
Bring out a rapier. Because we're doing this.
It's kind of stuck between 2 rocks and a tree.
It chose the path. It could have walked away. I was hoping that I'd walk away.
It's probably actually going to go try to strike at the one that punched it in the face really, really hard with the shield. It as you see this thing go for attack, and it takes one finger and extends it out, you're ready to pierce into Gref. That will hit. And it does an amount of damage. 11 points of damage. Greg's not looking good. He is still up, though. Okay, Serafina. You're up.
I'm counting squares, I'm sorry. Can I walk diagonally? Does that count?
Yes.
Yeah, in 5e, technically diagonals don't
15.
give you negatives.
I can go here. And I can cast Cure Wounds on him.
Good move.
Which I think is 1d8.
Since you're a life cleric, it's d8 plus your wisdom score plus wisdom plus your, I want to say your spell level. Tom, if you can confirm with this.
Yes, wisdom plus. Oh no, it's 2 plus your wisdom modifier, I believe.
Life domain's a little bit different. This is a healing spell.
Yeah, I think so. I can look it up real quick.
I'm looking it up right now too.
I think it's 2 plus your wisdom modifier. Or maybe level of spell.
It's really weird. Life domain. Slow spell. Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, the creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level.
Okay, it's 2 plus the spell level. Gotcha.
So it'd be
1d8 for wisdom modifier plus 3.
It's plus 6. Because you also add your wisdom modifier.
I just said that.
Okay.
We're on the same page though.
You get extra heals.
Oh, 11.
You get extra good heals.
She like taps him on the shoulder and he glows bright gold for a second. And all of his wounds he just got are healed.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. He's like, oh, so essentially you see actually his face go pale as almost like the life's getting sucked out of him. But then you just step behind him and touch him, and then his life, the color goes back to his face. It's got a really conflicting feeling going on at the moment.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Everything hurts but feels good at the same time. It's weird.
I whisper into his ear. I think that's called kink.
He is going to retaliate as best as he can with a punch to with the shield first. He'll hit. Not as nice as before, though, unfortunately. Yes, I'm sad I didn't get that 20. Does 6 damage. What a champion. He is going to attempt the grapple again. This time he's going to add the he's going to add the inspiration die that you gave him in hopes that it succeeds this time. Well, that's better. I think it just has a flat roll. Oh yeah, it is now grappled.
I think I forgot to remind you about the D4 when the guy attacked. It doesn't matter now, but
yeah, that actually wouldn't matter because he got a 17. We got that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I can't fix it now. I just thought of it again.
No, that's fine. That was on me. Alexander, you're back up.
Yeah. Time to bust out the rapier. That would be being level 1 is not easy. 17.
That
Oh, wait a minute.
will actually.
Wait a minute, is it grapples?
It is grappled, but it doesn't give you advantage because it's not prone.
Oh, okay. So I haven't got to that stage yet.
Not yet. Give him time, man. You just now got it. See how
Hey.
skinny it is? It's like trying to grab a... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? A greased pig.
Squeal, squeal, squeal.
You do hit.
Yay. Maximum damage. And that would be my turn.
Thing is definitely getting whittled away slowly. He's not going to bother trying to break the grapple. Instead, he's going to try to sap and bite Gref.
Don't forget the minus D4.
I'm not going to forget the minus D4 this time. First one misses, which is good. That's the bad one. And misses the second time terribly. Okay. Seraphina, back to you.
Seraphina just yells, leave this place, as sacred flame bursts up from one of the creature's feet. And it's a Dex 13.
That's not good. You know. He also gets the minus D4 to this, I believe.
He does. Every attack and saving throw.
Yeah, he roll your damage.
It's radiant damage, if that matters. It gets 1 radiant damage.
Yeah, it takes 1 radiant damage. It looks like he kind of singed his foot a little bit. It's getting there. It's like the fire's building up though. Gref is going to attempt to shove this thing to the ground.
Go, Gref, go.
And versus its
Minus a D4.
It might matter.
Could I also bardically inspire Alex, or is it too late?
If you're inspiring by Alex, no, you can do that. You can do that since it's Alex, not Griff. I believe the defender wins the ties.
I'm not sure.
It's an excellent question, isn't it?
Yeah. Not very often that we get the same numbers. They might have to re-roll.
Let's just do a reroll. Why not? I agree with this assumption, as I don't want to spend the time to check.
Good, that was his. No, it's...
Well, it passed that time, so it doesn't fall prone.
Okay, fair enough. Stop believing.
Alexander, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try to poke it again.
Poke as you wish. That'll hit.
Sufficiently poked.
Minus the damage is by 2, so 7. Only have +6 damage.
Okay. It is still barely up. It's still up. It seemed very wounded though.
Gotcha.
It's got to. It's actually going to attempt to break the grapple as it's thinking about desperately leaving. It might actually do so.
Well, D4 minus.
3, so it's actually a 12. Versus the 12 versus 12.
Reroll
Did you
time.
just subtract the d4? You did.
Yeah. So 16. Oh, hey, you got it that time. It actually mattered.
Yeah, so it doesn't break
It
his grapple.
is sufficiently grappled. Serafina, back to you.
She casts Sacred Flame again. Dex save of 13.
Does not make it. Even without the minus d4.
He takes 7 radiant damage.
Yeah, this thing is not looking good at all at the moment. It is very much seems to be on its last limbs. Greg's just feels like he's wanting to punch it. Bash it in the face. Essentially just grappling it with one hand. Just taking his shield with the other, just going to try to bash it. Not like that. In fact,
In my head, I just imagine like he holds one, just tries to punch it, and like he puts all his force into it, and as it hit the ground on accident.
Oh, my webcam's died. Oh, that's probably should be fixed. Fixed. Yeah. Times like these, I need a third monitor that actually works. I have to look into that.
I have 3 monitors, and it's still not enough.
Yeah. So he essentially he's like adjusting for something that's much bigger, has more mass than this thing. So he just swings wildly and misses. Alexander's back to you.
Yeah, boy. I tried to stab, poke it again.
Try to stab poke it again. You do have inspiration.
I am expired. Let me see, that's a +6. I'm going to use that inspiration, which is a D8, right?
D6.
D6. 15.
That still misses.
Sad face.
You missed it by 1, actually.
I think it's like in this last minute of death, it's like trying to fight the death.
Yeah, it's definitely it's wiggling hard as it tried to escape. This time it's thinking that maybe it can escape by killing the thing that's holding it.
And usually that sometimes work.
Obviously, wiggling it's trying to wiggle itself free is not going to work, so might as well kill it. Well, that misses. That will hit. That's not going to be able to kill him. No, I'll roll damage just anyway, but it will not be able to kill him. So he essentially is. So this thing tries to bite off the other ear that's not bitten off of Gref, but instead just it manages to sink its teeth into his neck a little bit as he like desperately tries to get free.
It's a rough day to be Gref. Rough day.
Yeah. Serafina, back to you.
I cast Sacred Flame.
Yeah, it's feeling like a warlock in here with Eldritch Blast.
I'm level 1.
I know, right? He taunts us as he brings us back to level 1 again, which I don't
It
minus D4.
could probably fail. It fails. Roll your damage. Okay,
2 radiant damage.
It is barely still alive.
It's just living on the edge. Griff, Falcon punch it to the ground.
Wait, I'm not done with my turn.
Not done with turn, yeah.
I don't know how many bardic inspirations I have with this.
Up to your charisma modifier.
Like, oh, I think it's 3. Yeah. So I bardically inspire Griff.
Excellent. He's going to use that bartering inspiration to try to punch this thing in the face. Really, really hard.
Punch it. Really,
Now he has him where he wants him, grappling him back, essentially. That'll hit. I don't really need to roll damage, but why not? Oh, it would help if I typed it in right.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah. Essentially, Rev just like peels off, takes his free hand and peels off the face of this Necroskulker. And just reel back with his shield and just starts slams it into the throat of this thing, practically bashing its skull in.
You see me nod in improvement.
They got it. They got it. Ah, man, that really hurt.
You see me pick up the young lady.
She is still somehow asleep, despite what happened.
You see me like, fair enough.
He is actually back at full health, I believe. Yeah.
Wait, what did he do to himself?
It was using second win.
Oh, okay.
Fighters get that at first level.
Fighter-Man.
Fighter-Man does whatever a fighter can.
Hit some stuff.
Hit some more.
I was talking about, it's like fighters don't get better. They kind of just plateau at the above average stat. Like they're not bad. They're not the bestest, but they're at that good level. You know what I mean? They're definitely a
They're good at a long-term thing.
Yeah, basically it's just you keep going. While monks and like rogues, they just get better with wine.
Yeah.
She's still alive. Maybe if we go to where Greg went missing, we can find him somewhere too.
Yeah, I thought that was opposite directions though.
Maybe.
It is in a different place than this. Let's drop her off at town and look for Greg.
You know what? That sounds about right. Oh yeah, I chop off the head of the creature and take it with me.
You would, but actually the creature begins to dissipate as it fades into a dust.
Oh, that thing is creepy.
I scoop up some of the dust.
Why do you have the dust?
It's for science.
If that thing comes back and haunts us, I'm blaming you.
I'm pretty sure this thing comes back. It's probably coming back for revenge.
I'm blaming you for picking up its dust.
Well, I'm giving
weird dust.
Actually, I'm going to give it to the church. I mean, not the church, the guild to look into this.
Adventure Guild?
Adventure Guild.
Please don't put that in a church.
Not church, my bad. Adventures Guild. I'm so used to saying church. To see if they have any scientists that can look into this creature, maybe.
All right.
And also, I guess when I get back, I write a formal report of like the experience of this creature just to add on to the log. Like, I guess like a monster hunting log to add to the archives.
Sure. I mean, you could have your own personal one if you want.
Oh, you know what? I will. Start writing notes like
keep it in a journal.
Do you guys think we have a place to sleep tonight? We never went back to the tavern before sunset.
It should be fine. Worst case scenario, we sleep in the woods.
I would imagine that you did ask about it. Unless you want to say that you didn't and want to be the people that camp out in the woods.
I don't think we stopped in to ask about it. I think we were going to, but then we forgot.
We did stop by the tavern before we went out here.
You did.
Place. We could be like, and then we could be like, hey, this could take a little while. Here's hold our rooms for us. Like worst case scenario, if we don't sleep at night, we're definitely sleeping in the morning.
That's fair.
So are you saying it's up to luck of the draw if you got a room or not?
Sure.
Sure.
Someone roll me a D100.
Okay,
Try
you
to get
caught it. You
high.
brought it up.
Why me? I'm bad at these.
You brought it up.
A D100.
Try to get high.
I got 73.
You got a room tonight.
One room? Are we all sharing one room?
Roll again.
Would you rather not share the one room?
No, I'm just wondering if that's what it meant. Was there only one room left?
There's probably a
Look
couple
at my-
rooms if you want multiple
Because I
rooms.
can imagine that we have different rooms, but sometimes it's just one of those coincidences that we're like stuck.
That's what I'm checking. Because if there's only one room left, we're sharing a room.
Yeah.
You know what? Roll a D100. Don't get low.
Got a 96.
You got multiple rooms. So you're heading back to the town? Where are you taking Ella?
Probably by the doctor to get checked out. Yeah, probably when we get back in town, tell the guards that we have returned with Ella. I'm guessing they probably have night guards, maybe. I don't know. How?
There is.
Yeah, I told them that, hey, we got Ella back. When I take her to the physician, please get that guy as we head to his office.
That's quite a miracle. We figured that she was taken by maybe the Knolls or dead. Been gone for quite some
Oh.
time.
Stuff of nightmares caught her, but I think she's fine. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor.
Stuff of nightmares?
Yeah, nightmares.
Right.
It's fine. We kind of fixed it.
Right.
We're going to go look for Greg, too.
Okay, we'll take her back to our post where we'll make sure she's fed and fine.
Okay, I give him a. Do we actually have gold or silver starting off money wise? Oh yeah, we do have money because we got the max amount of money of the two characters. Yada yada yada.
Whichever had the highest, you got the max amount of that. Plus
Yeah,
whatever you have for
I
your
give him
background.
like two. I give him a gold to cover her bill. Which I'm pretty sure it paid more than the actual job did.
Just like, no, it's fine. Hmm? No, that's fine. This was assuming that this was part of your job here, that you came here to help find this lass.
Okay, fair enough. If you need it,
Oh.
just hit me up.
Okay.
As we guess head on to the next destination. I look at our human friend. Does he look rough aware or any like?
He looks relatively fine.
Okay, you can press on.
He seemed to have bandaged himself with some ripped up cloth, just wrapped around his neck where he got bit. Pretty much a quick and dirty patch
Are
job.
you okay? Do you need a little help with that kind of stuff?
No, I'm perfectly fine. A little bit of pocket ale helped me out. Kind of got the pain away.
Does his bandages look like good bandages or, bad ones?
It looks like it was like ripped up clothing they used to patch himself up.
Can I attempt to give him better bandages?
Sure. You just take the old bandages off and the new one.
Put actual bandages on.
Okay.
And also, I guess at the ash, I pull out the ash like for the guards don't see it, and kind of do a detect evil on it to see if it pops up as. I heard there's aberration, but does all of the above that pops up that detect evil does for the paladin look thingy. Fiend, undead, celestial. I'm pretty sure it's not, but as a standard protocol.
You're still checking the ash?
Like I got the ash right now.
You detect nothing from the ash.
Okay, just making sure.
You knew that the being it was an apparition.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit cautious.
Yes.
It's like, why not?
You're a paladin.
Yeah.
Every now and then you gotta swing your paladin dick around and do detect evil, good and evil.
Make sure it's not no hibernation of like 5 different creatures.
Yeah, like a phoenix.
Yeah.
Come out a couple days later.
Yeah.
So, are you going to go tonight to check for Greg, or
I guess we're going tonight. We're keeping this party train going.
You know, if we do go tonight, I should admit that I can't heal you guys if you get hurt.
You know what? I think we'll wait till the morning.
good? I need to
I
restock
mean,
them.
I can cast fire as much as you guys want, but you know, you might want to the not death spell.
Okay. Get some slight sleep. My homie G's. I touch our companion and put my 5 points of healing into him.
Oh, he's fully healed.
Oh, he's fully healed. Oh, he just gotcha. Just in case. Oh, I'll do remove disease just in case he caught something.
Okay,
It's like, why not?
it's perfectly fair.
Yeah.
Did he let me bandage him, by the way, or did he argue with it at all?
No, he let you do it.
Okay, I was just checking. I didn't know
He
if he's one of
was
those.
he was probably too busy drinking his pocket ale.
That's fair.
So you spend the night at the tavern. It would be about 2 silver pieces for the night.
Mm.
2 silver pieces each because you got separate rooms.
Gotcha.
Ray kind of just passed out at the front of the tavern.
I take him to my room.
Take him to your room. He gets his pocket ale refilled. And I guess you guys are setting out to look for Greg.
Yeah,
Yep.
in the morning. Now survival check. Yeah, I assume he is humanoid.
He is humanoid.
Okay.
But we'll say with disadvantage because you're trying to track a guy who tries to track other creatures stealthily. So his trail might not be as easy to be seen.
Let me see.
So essentially, you'd be doing a flat roll. Your advantage canceling out the disadvantage to trying to track the guy.
I was just making sure my ranger doesn't have any shenanigans. It's like, screw that noise. It's like, no.
You may be UA Ranger, but you're not that UA.
I'm not that UA. I'm not that too legit to quit. Brown, brown.
You have some nifty stuff that's a little bit broken, but you're not that broken.
Hey, 17 to 17.
It takes about a few hours to find a trail, but you managed to actually find one, which led you back to what seems to be a campsite. Burnt out fire pit, a gentleman laying on the ground in a sleeping bag with a tent to the side, and then some furs piled up on the side.
Does it look like our man? I look too cotton because I wasn't there for that talk.
Could be. Can we go see if he's alive?
I put my hand on him to see if he's alive.
As soon as you touch him, his body immediately dissipates into dust, only leaving clothes behind.
I put the link between the creature we fought that drains your life away and like it was too late for him kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I take his remains and pick up his stuff and I do a short prayer.
Amongst his stuff, you actually find a journal for the man.
Okay. I read through his journal.
This it's just something about a Ella. Went to see her what seems to be a couple weeks ago, judging by the date of the journal entry. This is the very last one.
Oh yeah, I scoop up his ashes. Before they can at least try to give him a burial.
Mhm.
Like I'm not gonna keep these ashes specifically.
What did the last journal entry say, though? Just that he went to go visit her?
He says something along the lines of, this girl is too sweet. She always seems to give me a bit more portions than the other actual workers there. So on and so forth.
He was smitten by her. Well, we come. I guess eventually we get this together and we head back to town. I go to the guild, um, give a report, write my notes, send the ashes to the. Do they have an undertaker here? I'm not sure how big the city is.
There's no guild office here in this town.
Oh, okay. Carrier pigeons, messages,
Uh,
etc.
Who are you taking the stuff to
Probably
first?
the captain of the guard.
Okay. You take the journal, take the ashes and whatnot over to the guardhouse.
I
Did you?
request after they doc the evidence to give the journal to the lady that was,
Yeah.
lost for, remembrance or the family.
Did Ella wake up?
Sounds like an excellent question.
This may not be over. This might be the beginning.
Roll D100 and shoot for low.
You want me to do this one, Cotton?
Go for it.
Ah, that's neat.
She is awake. Must be the bearer of bad news.
I was just asking the guards if she woke up.
Oh, she is awake.
I did the guard let me keep the journal to give to her?
You wish to be the bearer of bad news?
Yeah, sometimes it's a tough job. You have to be that guy.
Be my guest.
You see me walk in, stroll in, like I kind of look her over to see like how in it she is.
She still looks a bit. She still looks a little bit. Still tired. She's definitely pale. It's a bit now malnourished as she's trying to eat through some slop and bread that they'd given her.
Mm-hmm. I give
Uh,
her a hunk of meat and like a fruit. Here's some real food, honey. I know you're cooking everything, but this here isn't good for you. Like you need that for scurvy. Give her some like
Don't you? If you haven't been eating in a while, you actually have to start with soft foods. Otherwise, it might make her sick.
I don't know any better.
I came with you.
Okay, with me, you like kind of like scoop up the food. Like no, stop.
She pokes her head in the door and be like, "Don't give her that. That'll make her sick."
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, we got some good news and some bad news, sugar. You want the good news, the bad news first?
what's the good news?
The good news. I'm trying to think of Buddy's name.
Greg.
Greg loved you so much, and noticed that you gave him extra seconds. Also, you're alive after this ordeal. Also, here's his book. I kind of can guess. You can guess what the bad news is.
I pray not guess.
The bad news, unfortunately, we couldn't get to him. He was already gone. But we did avenge him. I know
Okay.
that's not much,
Uh,
but we take the memories of the people that we lost and hold on deeply.
she kind of gets a little bit teary-eyed as the will choke up as she turns to you and asks, what
I,
what
I
got
do
him?
this. Uh, I named the creature.
Necroskulker?
Yeah, they're very odd creatures. As I have that kind of look, blank stare of like odd creatures. But it tried to get you, and we stopped it from getting you.
Well, I I thank you for that. I was actually worried, so I went out to look for him. I probably shouldn't have done that.
We do so have. Fortunately, there wasn't much of his remains. I tried to get as much as possible so we can have a proper burial, as a gentleman like him deserved.
What happened to his body?
It's ash.
Did you burn it?
Not yet.
And
Wasn't
how did you,
sure.
and how's his
Well,
body ash?
I found his clothes in his diary. I'm guessing the creature drained him of his life. It was trying to do the same to you.
We want to say something, Serafina.
She was gonna say we found him laying in the forest, and when my friend here tapped her shoulder to see if he was alive, he just turned into dust.
That sounds quite unbelievable.
I wish I couldn't see it, but I can't.
Do we know if that's how they typically die when they get attacked by the Necroskulker?
Roll Arcana with advantage. Or religion, whichever you prefer.
I got a 2 and a 1. So 4 and a 3.
You don't know. I mean, the one example you could have seen that happen to didn't suffer the fate. You're not really quite sure. He seemed all right. Graph, that is. He definitely had some very, very light pale skin right before you healed him up.
Does that normally happen, Alex? You know more about the Necroskulker than I did.
I assume so, since it was draining life. Like, if you take life out of it, all it will leave is ash, I believe.
But they turned to ash when we killed them.
True. Probably because it's devoid of life after killing it. Educational guess.
You want to roll with advantage?
Nature
Arcana,
advantage.
religion.
I'm going to do Arcana. Hope it's not religion. I hope God didn't make this abomination. As I look towards Pondo's screen, which is to my left.
Don't worry about it. Yes, it is actually, as you think a little bit deeper into your knowledge of it, you have heard that the victims amongst and along itself, the victims essentially get the life drained out of them, where their body is only left empty,
I
like
know.
a empty husk.
Can I get an extra question out of this?
Sure,
Does it hunt in packs or is it a solo hunter?
it is a solo hunter.
Okay. Fortunately, normally these creatures are solo hunters.
Uh, Thank you for all you've done in saving me. I don't know how to repay you, but of course I hope there was something in it for you.
We got paid. Not sure what, but I don't usually do this for the pay. I do this for to help people. I only take the pay because unfortunately these weapons are not cheap.
Well, I appreciate it. Not very many people use that mindset nowadays.
Oh, if I could do this for free, I would.
I don't know who's paying you exactly, but you may ask the guards.
Okay.
They may know.
As long as you're okay, that's the important thing. I hope everything works out for you. Just keep being a hard worker. Because cooks are the backbone of society.
Thank you, I suppose. I don't know if I'll be okay, but I am.
And I kind of like look towards to see if my Tia's like in the room, kind of listening as whisper, "Hey, can you tell me what that mystery is?"
The what?
No, not like I'm trying to avoid you hearing this as I whisper to her specifically. Like, hey, do you know what that mystery is?
Telling you would defeat the purpose of it being a mystery.
You're not wrong, but I want to know. It's still good.
Too bad, I guess?
Can you at least tell me what the 7 herbs and spices are?
There is no 7 herbs and spices.
So naturally tastes that good? Man.
I just go in and grab his ear and drag him out.
Fair enough.
As you speak with the guard, he essentially tells you to go to the tavern keep to pick up your pay. That's where they left it.
Okay.
And essentially your pay is 15 gold per person.
Oh, that's not bad. I nod to the tavern. We must be on our way. Well, I must be on my way.
We appreciate your contribution. It is sad to hear that Greg did not make it, but we're glad to hear that Ella has managed to come back
Oh
with
yeah.
us.
Just my trade name. If this creature happened to come back, just come and hit me up since I am now experienced hunting this creature. Question mark.
What was the creature again?
I say its name.
Necroskulker.
Metroscope. The signs will be missing creatures, probably ash trail belong if it's too late.
I've only roughly heard of those things. They are very extremely rare. And generally, as long as you stay out of the woods, stay out of the woods, you're fine.
At night. Specifically at night.
And if you're not by yourself, you're also all right, as long as you keep someone watching.
Yeah.
And not know that they could turn people into ash, essentially.
When your life is drained from you, yes.
Well, the town thanks you and hope that you will continue your service elsewhere.
I nod to him as I take my leave and shake his, I guess, give a salute. I guess I try to look up the next Uber out of here to the. I gave you an order of which missions I wanted to do, right? I believe so.
Yes, but I'm going to be ignoring that order because things have changed.
Oh shit! Something's about to happen.
Not exactly, but you won't have the same list of orders.
Okay.
Same list of quests.
Well, I did it in that order of most dangerous to urgent. Like these people probably need it more, kind of thing. Like if
Yes,
someone
but
already did it, like yeah, sure, that's great.
not necessarily that someone might have already done it. It's more of they may have took it down because it's been too long.
Okay. I did send letters to each thing.
Yeah. So I think this is a good point to end it here. It'll be $300 XP for the both of you.
That mean level 2?
That is level 2.
Oh, sweet.
My intentions were not to keep you at level 2 for too awfully long. Just
You mean level 1.
for level 1, not too awfully long.
Yeah.
Because you did manage to save the girl, kill the creature.
Did we have a chance to save Greg, or was it if we went after Greg first, Ella would have died and they both would have been dead?
Yeah, Greg was dead from the start.
Yeah.
If you had
That
not continued after her, she would have been dead.
makes sense.
Well, you made a good call on that one because I was like, yeah, you're right because hers is fresher. Most likely, we have a better chance of saving her. I just wanted to go after the oldest trail just so it won't be as cold. But thank you, Cotton. You saved the day.
Did I? I thought you made up your mind. I thought you switched back and forth a bunch.
No, I wanted to go after the oldest trail first and kind of loop around. And I realized it was two different places. And you're like, maybe we should go after the girl first. It's like, you do have make a very good point.
I believe you changed your mind, actually. Because you
Yeah,
were
after
like, let's go to the old trail. Actually, let's go to the Ninja Fresher trail. Like, okay.
Yeah, because she said the thing. That would have made me change my mind because she made a good point. I listen.
Uh, yeah, I will come up with a new list of different quests.
That we could pick out throughout the week.
Yes, essentially you'll be traveling back to Hisal. You can check the quest, the Adventurers Guild sector there. It'll be mainly more local jobs. Maybe one or two either in Tavern Rock or Frostborn or Harshlands Republic.
Mm.
And you will not have Gref.
Graf isn't going to come with us?
He will not. Well, he'll be with you at Hisal, but then he's splitting out from there.
Yeah. We'll probably meet another third party wing.
Maybe.
It's a rotating trap between 5 people probably for PondoTheMad to make 20 million things. I'm just saying in my head canon, it's like you meet people on your mission, you probably have like 5 that you see like occasionally. You probably roll a dice to see which one pops up on the mission.
That's essentially what I've done. I've created several NPCs, all with different type of classes and personalities.
Yeah, it's like Mass Effect. And then eventually we have to do their backstories to help them out when they need a favor,
Maybe.
like Mass Effect. Unlike most adventure, we care about NPCs. Gref,
Usually some players do. I don't know how you care about Gref, but
well, he grappled a creature of abomination and Falcon punched it into the ground with his shield. That's pretty cool.
it is pretty metal. He's like, you know what? I don't need to use my sword. Now I'm just going to punch it.
And he
And he
crit on
did.
his first hit too.
It was funny.
Does he even have a sword?
Oh, yes, he does.
Oh.
He has a long sword and a maul on his back. Also a metal club.
These things check out.
All right. So I say that we will stop here for tonight. Are you good for next week, Smooth?
Oh yeah. I'm usually off on the weekends.
All right. We'll meet back with next Monday with more of Hunters of Ulvurn.
Not even going to ask me. I see how it is.
File. Are you good for next week?
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, this feels good.
All right. We will see you all later.
Bye, guys.